out. Like the pine trees lining the winding road, I've got a name, I've got a name. Like the singing bird and the croaking toad, I've got a name, I've got a name. And I carry it with me like my daddy did, but I'm living the dream that he kept here. Rolling me down the highway, rolling me down the highway, moving ahead so life won't pass me by. Like a north wind whistling down the sky, I've got a song, I've got a song. Like the whippoorwill and the babies cry, Okay, since Robin is here, I will start the gig. Hello, Robin and Bob Dylan. Oh my God. Jordan's not here yet, but he will be shortly, although he's in the Pacific Northwest and is having some ash issues. That's ash. Hello there, Pat Hacker. You know, when Pasha gets here, we can really get going. St. Marie, welcome, welcome. I was just playing a little Croce for you to get you going while we wait on others to arrive. Jean's here. Hey, Jean. Hey, I have news for you. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, my brother will not be partaking in the live chat today. Do you want to know why? Guess why, ladies and gentlemen? My brother will not be in the live chat today. Buddy from Seattle, a new subscriber. I'd like to welcome on board Buddy Bates. And my brother Blaine will not be on the live chat today because he's right here next door at my mother's. He surprised us. I came out today to, let me just adjust, ladies and gentlemen. I came out today to kind of prep for the show, and I'm out here talking to myself like I do, and next thing I know, plink, he's around the corner. I screamed. Anyhow, I guess I'll get started here. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Today we're going to start the show with a brief tribute to this man. If anybody can name this man, of course, it is the title of the show. Yes, Bob Dylan, I was losing sleep over you, so I'm glad you're here. I don't know, Gene. Gene asks if anyone heard from Nicholas in terms... He's, of course, in the States. Yes! Jim Mars. Okay. Can everybody go up and hit thumbs up real quick for me? As soon as Jordan gets here, I'll go ahead and read my little tribute that I made to Jim Mars. I made my own tribute. Oh, that's okay, Pat. We'll let that go. Where'd I put my tribute? Oh, it's over there. Anyhow... I know, Robin, God love, just got out of bed to join us here, live, Lounging with Lisa. So, at any rate, yes, as soon as... Did somebody dislike the video? I am going to scream. No, it's okay. It's probably Bob Dylan. He's always up to shenanigans, basically. So, oh, okay, cool. At any rate, yeah, when Jordan gets here, I'll start reading my tribute, but... I'm wondering what's going on with everybody, like, do you have any relatives in Florida? Do you have, what's going on in the Pacific Northwest? So on and so forth. So, anybody, where is Jordan? We just got done talking on email, but the poor thing, he's had so much ash inhalation, so to speak, that he is on some heavy-duty allergy medicine and thought that maybe... he said, what did he say? Something about the drugs. If the drugs didn't kick in or something, he'd be here. I don't know. West Palm Beach? Wow, I have a relative in West Palm. Well, my son, to update you all, my son has arrived here, seems like ages ago, but just a couple days ago, from the Keys. It looks like the Keys are going to get it no matter what, from what I can gather. I'm trying to get this right, ladies and gentlemen. It's bothering me a little bit today. Well, I could go ahead and start my tribute. Pasha is here. We can officially start. listen, I'm going to go ahead and read you the subscribers of the week, which, thanks to Pasha, you know what? My table's a little bit wobbly. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Hold down the fort. I'll be right back. I have to do something with this table. Oh, where is that damn thing? Hi there, excuse me. Well, that's the best I can do right now. It was just sort of wobbling. I'll try not to touch the table, which is going to be hard considering my notes are on here. Oh, I wanted to show y'all something. I have a folder now, Lounging with Lisa stuff. Okay. Thanks to Pasha the other day in another chat room, said something like, hey, as a fellow lounger, you know what, I might move this down. Hold, I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just having... Nope, that makes me too... Do I seem too tall? Maybe I should... I am so sorry. I should have been more prepared, but you know how it is. I don't know. Bear with my insanity, please. This is going to have to do. Alright. I'm now going to call it the Loungers of the Week instead of the Subscribers of the Week. Week number 4 of Live Lounging with Lisa. Coming at you live. I have the following Loungers of the Week, which really gets you nothing. Pasha is a Lounger of the Week. Free Thinker. And Mark Damon from across the pond, who might drop in later. He does a lot of volunteer work, so he might not make it here, you know, right away. So those are the Loungers of the Week. I will review the past winners of this most prestigious honor. Right now we have week 1 was Pat Hacker and Jordan, the moderator producer. Week 2 was Ann Beck, Richard, and Watcher. And week 3 was Nicholas, Caution, and Insight. And then, of course, once again, we have week 4 of the Lounger of the Week, Pasha, Free Thinker, and Mark Damon. Okay, we have 6 people here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start my tribute to the dear sweet Jim Marrs. I don't know, some people might not be familiar with Jim Marrs, but I'll do my tribute to him, and then I'll read an official, you know, official thing about him. Jeez, my vocabulary is really expanding. Okay, so I'm going to read this. Try to bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We have 5 people here, 5 thumbs up. Yeah, baby. Oh, Pasha's honored. How sweet. I should have named you earlier, because let me just say a word about Pasha before I continue bloviating. He has been really instrumental in promoting the channel. And, in fact, it's a little chilly out here. He actually got with a friend of his about how to promote my stuff and what I should do different and all this jazz. So I appreciate that. Okay, here I go. I'm going to read. I'm not going to look at the chat. This is in honor of Jim Marrs. No, that's not the tribute I'm reading, honey. This is my own that I wrote. Yes, Bob Dylan. Okay. I was going to copy and paste a delightful tribute to Jim Marrs and read it aloud for all to enjoy, but thought twice about it. I figured the personal touch would be best in this particular case, so here I go. As many of you realize, the word conspiracy kind of gets a bad rap. This is exactly why the CIA came up with the term conspiracy theory in the late 60s in order to marginalize those who did not accept the official Warren Commission blather concerning the death of JFK. This did not seem to stop Jim Marrs from carrying out a thorough investigation on the assassination and also teaching a college course about that very thing for decades. 30 years, ladies and gentlemen. My first introduction to Jim Marrs would have been in the early 90s when I saw the movie JFK by Oliver Stone. Directly after viewing that in a theater in Houston, Texas with my sister Jill, I bought his book called Crossfire, The Plot to Kill Kennedy. This was one of the 2 books utilized by Stone for the movie. Marrs was a creative consultant and has told audiences over the years to watch JFK as Stone came the closest to the real story. I've always been suspicious of official governmental blather, which made it quite easy to be a fan of Jim over the years. I didn't really dwell on Jim's work over the decades until maybe a year ago, when I found out he was a frequent guest on some of the conspiracy shows, ladies and gentlemen, to which I was tuning in. The thing about Mars that I loved so was that he called himself a generalist, as he was interested in numerous topics and didn't simply dwell on one. I fancy myself to be that type as well, so I began to follow him again with great enthusiasm. Jim was a member of a dying breed here in the US of A, as he was an actual investigative reporter. If you think of the old-fashioned types who gather information, follow the money, and always question the so-called experts, that traffic, then that would pretty much describe Jim's methodology. Those types of journalists and authors are very hard to find lately, which is something that he brought to light in most interviews in which he participated. He would pound the corporate nature of the media and point out that they indeed had an agenda. Mars was not afraid to tackle subjects with which others deemed to be woo-woo or insane, which is another reason I felt a connection to him. He used to say that if someone came into the newsroom and said, "Hey, a UFO just landed across town," many in the newsroom would call that person a kook, but Mars would actually go out to see what the heck was happening. On the topic of UFOs, Jim carried out a thorough investigation of one of the earliest recorded UFO crashes, which unfolded in Aurora, Texas in 1897, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's the link that Jordan dropped in. Okay. This information can be easily found with key search words here on YouTube or Google. There's an excellent documentary about this, which is narrated by our dear sweet man, and that's what Jordan had dropped in earlier. To me, I'm almost done. To me, Jim Mars never came across as a know-it-all type person, but instead had a humble manner about him. He appeared to be kind, wise, and thoughtful in all he did. He was truly concerned about the future of this planet and wrote a book called Population Control: How Corporate Owners Are Killing Us, the basic overview of which is the hideous pollution and poison seeping into the environment due to the corporate activity, to put it gently yet effectively. Jim Mars will forever hold a special place in my heart for his uncanny ability to cut through the crap and tell it like it was to the very best of his ability. He was a true Texan and a gentleman. Even though I will miss him, it will seem like he is still with us due to his vast and eclectic library of work. R.I.P. our darling Jim Mars, and thank you for sparking a curiosity in me that I shall carry with me through life. The end of Lisa Hauserman. Hello there, JCB. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you a book list of Jim Mars, what he wrote, and then we can move on with the day. Crossfire, the plot that killed Kennedy. This next one was translated into, I don't remember how many languages. I'm going to say 10 at least. And it's the I think it's the best-selling non-fiction UFO book out there. It's called Alien Agenda: Investigating the Extraterrestrial Presence Among Us. Rule by Secrecy, Psi Spies, Inside Job, The Rise of the Fourth Reich, The Terror Conspiracy, Above Top Secret, The Sisterhood of the Rose, The $1 Trillion Conspiracy, Oswald's Confession and Other Tales from the War, Our Occulted History, and Jim Mars always pointed out that occulted literally means hidden. Population Control, and his last book, The Illuminati, woo, The Secret Society That Hijacked the World. And his official, I'll just read this little bit here, don't panic, and then I'll be done. Jim Mars is Jim Mars is an award-winning journalist and author. After graduating from the University of North Texas with a degree in journalism, Mars worked for and owned several Texas newspapers before becoming an independent journalist author. Mars is the author of the New York Times bestseller Crossfire, The Plot That Killed Kennedy, the basis for the Oliver Stone film JFK, and Rule by Secrecy. His in-depth overview of the UFO phenomenon, Alien Agenda, is the best-selling non-fiction book on UFOs in the world, having been translated into several foreign languages. He is a frequent guest on several nationwide radio talk show programs and television programs. Evidently, his last interview was the night before he passed away on that Coast to Coast show. So there we go. Now let's open up the floor for conversation. I'm going to hold this. I feel better holding this right now for a minute. I don't know. I can't seem to get a grip today. What's going on as I bloviate, ladies and gentlemen? I'm so glad everybody's here. Show yourselves. Say something so I can look. Okay. I guess there's nothing going. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jordan. God love. Okay, so at any rate, how many here are familiar with Jim Marrs? Can you just put 1 if you've ever heard of him? Type 1 into the comment if you have heard of Jim Marrs, and type 2 if you've never heard of him until this moment. Jean, St. Marie, JCB, Jordan have all heard of him. Robin has not. Robin's my niece. What does she call me? Her pseudo-aunt. Jordan says, I love that man. Hello there, Buddy. I'm so thrilled that Buddy Bates, a new subscriber, is here. Buddy, have you heard of Jim Marrs? No, I don't think so. I don't know. Is Pasha? Is Pasha here? Where's Pasha? Okay. Pasha, show yourself, hon. I want to know if you've ever heard of Jim Marrs. Buddy Bates has, yes. Usually, Buddy, what I do is last weekend I did a more structured. Have you heard of Jim Marrs, honey, or not? I'm asking people to press 2. If not, press 1 if so. Okay. Now you do know of him. Listen, Buddy, normally I don't have a real structured live thing, but last weekend I kind of got into the Labor Day, like the history of it, and did a little research, and so, you know, I think I'll just do a little bit of structure at the beginning of the live gigs, and then it's a free-for-all. Is that okay with everybody? Okay, Robin. Press, you know, I don't know. I'm open for suggestions in terms of the live gigs. Do you like a little bit? Okay, St. Marie said that's what makes this great, Lisa. Okay, good. I know Jay Gold. Well, that's okay. It's up on YouTube, Jean. Whenever these are done, they automatically go to YouTube. And I did Eugene Debs. And Jean, I read a lot of Michael Parenti. Jean and Grandma Christine turned me on to Michael Parenti big time. What does this mean? I hate that when politicians talk this way. What does it mean? Who holds their hand like this in real life? Nobody. Why do they do it? I mean, it's just silly. This is better. Jordan, can you throw in that link to the Jim Marrs? It's a documentary about that first UFO crash deal in 1897. I thought that was so interesting. George Van Tassel. I'm not familiar with that name, but I will look that up for certain. Absolutely. In fact, after this goes up, Buddy, if you put the recommendation in the comment section, then I'll be sure to have it. We're already 18 minutes into this, Jazz. Look, my hair's falling out of stuff today. I just couldn't get a grip. Yeah, I haven't either. Yes, JCB is here under the name, it starts with a V. Oh, Pasha says, the thumb thing is a corporate something learned in business school, body language power. Really? So this, to me, it looks ridiculous. It's the most unnatural thing ever, is this. And if you vote for me, I vow to increase the wars tenfold. I'm sure. Oh, I'm uncomfortable. Yeah, so my brother's here. I don't know if some of you... JCB Volodos says, Bill Clinton always had hand poses like that, and he has ugly hands. Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's no, because Gene, I see all kinds of politicians doing this. That's why Bernie was so natural. He would just point. Oh, thank you, Jordan. You're such a good producer. Well, things sure are exciting next door because my brother arrived as a surprise. My son and his friend from Poland, they're staying next door. The guy I was calling the Polish kid is a Polish grown man at age 38. So, very nice guy named George. And they're all kind of, Jordan says, producer, I think of myself as the link slinger. I'm thirsty today. Oh, normally, I think this is the first time JCB has been on here live. Sometimes I get up from the chat and use the restroom or get more coffee or send an email, and I play music or something. Buddy, if you link me to it, I will be happy to do it. Okay, let's move along. Unless you want to hear more about Jim Marrs, I have a little more information. I could read you his official obituary if you would like. If not, we can move on to other pressing issues of the day. I'm a little concerned about Freethinker because Freethinker is a Floridian. Jean wants me to read more about Jim. I will. Okay. In my handy dandy folder. Okay. I'm really getting into this lounging stuff, ladies and gentlemen. The live stuff is very fun to me. Alright, here he is again. Doesn't he look kind of teddy bearish, honestly? Okay, this isn't very long. It looks like it's a lot of pages, but it typed out funny. For example, look at this. And they describe him, I was out of the frame. Jim Marrs, quintessential conspiracy theorist, dies at age 73. Oh, Jean says, I talked with Free yesterday, says won't be online till Monday, I believe. I know, a total teddy bear. All right. Pardon me. James Farrell, Jim Marrs Jr., had a zest for challenging the accepted accounts of events ranging from the assassination of President John F. Kennedy to alleged UFO sightings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try to, jazz up my reading. He wrote best-selling books that offered intriguing accounts of what he believed authorities were covering up. His 1989 book, Crossfire, The Plot That Killed Kennedy, is considered by some the granddaddy of all conspiracy books, ladies and gentlemen. Crossfire also influenced Oliver Stone in his 1991 movie JFK. Marrs, 73, died Wednesday of a heart attack at his Wise County home. Family and friends will gather. Oh, I can do it like this. Family and friends will gather for a wake on September 1, said his wife Carol. Marrs was a quintessential conspiracy theorist, said Stephen Fagan, curator of Dallas Sixth Floor Museum. Jim was certainly one of the most colorful researchers that I encountered over the years, Fagan said. When people think of conspiracy theorists, they are thinking of people like Jim Marrs, who sees that sort of thing everywhere. Fagan recalled the persuasiveness that Marrs displayed during an onstage assassination debate with fellow author Jim Moore at Eastfield College. I missed that one. I've got to hand it to Jim. He put forth this very articulate, very compelling argument, he said. I think most of the people in that auditorium would have agreed that Jim carried the day. Marrs spent nearly 20 years as a reporter for the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, considering himself an inquisitive journalist rather than an authority, and that's what I liked about him. He warned readers not to simply trust his books. Like that about him, too. Trust is part of the problem, he said for a 2002 oral history interview with the Sixth Floor Museum. We've all trusted the government to tell us the truth, and they haven't told us the truth, is what he said. Marrs was born in Fort Worth, where he graduated from Paschal High School. In 1966, he earned a bachelor's degree in journalism from what is now the University of North Texas, where he was a member of the Delta Sigma Chi. Is that how you say it? C-H-I. Delta, whatever. I'm sure you'll tell me how. In May 68, he married Carol Ann Worcester. The newlyweds attended graduate school at what is now Texas Tech. Texas Tech University. Marrs served in Vietnam War from 69 to 70, performing military intelligence work for the Army Reserve. He was 19 when he entered journalism as owner and editor of Magpie, an underground college humor magazine. He later worked for many other publications, including the Denton Record Chronicle, the Lubbock Avalanche Journal, and the Star-Telegram. Marrs initially accepted the 1964 Warren Commission report, but he began doing his own research on the assassination after an interview he conducted with Edwin Walker, a retired conservative Army general. During the wide-ranging interview, Walker, quote, wanted to rant about the communists, look out, Pasha, Takeover. Walker told Mars that the Warren report should have been rewritten because Lee Harvey Oswald knew his killer, Jack Ruby. I can still remember his quote, Oswald and Rubenstein, Jack Ruby's given name, knew each other. Mars recalled in history. His history. Mars' own research led him to reject the Warren Commission report. In 1993, Gerald Posner, a former Wall Street lawyer, wrote an extensive account of the JFK assassination. Case closed, Lee Harvey Oswald and the assassination of JFK, that addressed numerous theories challenging the Warren report. As he did with the report himself, Mars also took a dim view of Posner's work, criticizing him for taking what he considered a prosecutor's approach to Oswald, ladies and gentlemen. From 76 to 07, Mars taught a continuing education course on the assassination at the University of Texas at Arlington. Mars also challenged mainstream accounts of other events through books including Alien Agenda, Investigating the Extraterrestrial Presence Among Us, and Inside Job, Unmasking the 9/11 Conspiracies. In 1980, Mars left the Star-Telegram, moved to Wise County. He worked in public relations and briefly was co-owner and publisher of the weekly Springtown Current newspaper. Quote, if you think you don't make any money working for a newspaper, try owning one. He said, and his wife noted that her husband had a great comic side. He had a joke for every occasion, mostly inappropriate. He enjoyed studying Civil War history, taking part in reenactments, and acquiring a mountain howitzer. I don't know. Must be a gun. In addition to his wife, he's survived by 2 daughters and 3 grandchildren. The end of the Jim Mars segment of Live Lounging with Lisa. Okay, I'm going to read what's going on here. Don't leave me, don't leave me. Liberals hate communists more than they hate fascists. I think that might be true. Let's back up. Oh, this is good. Let me back this up. Robin and everybody. Okay, Robin says, I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, but I'm open to the possibility that everything we've been told is a lie. That sounds good. Not all conspiracies are just theory. And then Jordan says, like mass surveillance. I'm not sure about that. And then Pasha's getting Red Scare vibes. I don't blame you. Jean makes a good point. Always question why a person/corporation is telling you something. What's their motivation? And then Jordan asked Pasha, how do you deal with right-wingers? They seem to hate communists more than they hate the gays. Yes. Yeah, Oswald and Rubenstein. And then Pasha says, Jesus F. Christ, I can't. My mother and all. And then Robin replied to Jordan, funny you say that. My brother used to tell me in the 90s that all my calls were being listened to. I called him a paranoid stoner. Now I'm eating crow. Very good. And then Jordan chimed in and says, I know many who are currently eating crow over that, and it forces them to question other things they have dismissed as conspiracy. So, oh my gosh, somebody's listening to me? Is that what you're telling me, Buddy Bates? My friends Billy and John are here listening, sitting in the backyard at Billy's Great Place by the River. Yeah, baby. Dorothy Kilgallen. That rings a bell for some odd reason, but thank you. Or you're welcome, Gene. I really love Jim Mars. I'm telling you, he just seemed like a genuine person who, like I said, he didn't even claim to... Here's what freaks me out. Let me ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen. This should get it going. I tend to, I don't want to say clutch pearls, but I tend to raise an eyebrow when somebody writes something like, here's the truth. Here's total proof. The words truth and proof seem to mean the opposite these days. I would rather say, here's the evidence that leads to my conclusions. Have you all noticed that a lot of people say truth, proof, and it's nothing of the sort? Or am I just, yes, Robin's noticed it. Come on, we need one more person here to make my goal. Buddy, why don't you tell your friends to go ahead and subscribe, get on their devices and hit live. I need to get to 10 or else I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I won't be able to make it through the afternoon. I'm kidding. All right, I'm going to smoke while talking to you. My God, 29 minutes already, Jordan. I want to banter a bit about this whole truth thing. I've noticed that Christians do it a lot. No offense. I'm not here to offend Christians. I'm just saying that nobody really knows, ladies and gentlemen. But for some reason, a certain branch of Christianity, maybe other religions as well, they claim to know the truth and they have proof. And no, they don't. Oh, getting back to Jim for a minute. God, I'm all excited. I had an orgasm. I'm kidding. Oh my God, I said that live. Anyhow, Jim Marrs also thoroughly studied the Sumerian tablets, which I love those. He visited a lot of those areas, ladies and gentlemen, that, the ancient ruins of various places. Really fascinating. I just love listening to him because he goes on from whatever, JFK to pollution and the climate. I mean, everything. I really, really admire him. I'm going to miss him so. But I felt when I was typing the little thing today, my personal, where'd everybody go? My personal eulogy, I guess, that he was sort of with me in spirit. And I'm not one to really believe a lot of stuff, but I felt that he would approve of my bloviating. This is Robin's first time live, and I think JCB, if he's still here. And I'm so excited that Buddy has a couple of friends listening. Where are you located, Buddy? Okay, Pasha said something good. Hence, why he's the sub of the week, the lounger of the week. Anybody with the word truth in their screen name is guaranteed to be a moron. Although there's a YouTube channel that I like, but she doesn't say truth. It's that Jaded Jody's Search for the Truth. Now, that's okay. I really like her channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to promote channels that don't have like 10,000 subs. Like Rez Please and Cabin Talk with Claudia. Really like her. And Jaded Jody's Journey for Truth, I think. And, of course, Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I'm going to add something to my closing or opening. Okay, Buddy says, research her from the game show, What's My Line, and check out what happened to Deborah Lee Scott. Still here, slow one-finger typing. Okay. I don't remember what I was going to say. I went blank. There's a bee around me. I might have to get up and exit stage left. My phone's ringing. Should I answer the phone live? It's my mother. I'm going to answer. I'm literally live on, I'm live on YouTube answering the phone. Okay. She's like, okay, when you're finished, come over. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, we should probably just do 45 minutes, strict 45 minutes today, Jordan, because I do have all these weirdo family members here that I have to pretend to like. You know how it goes. I'm kidding. My brother and I are very close. He might walk around the bend and scare the hell out of us all. Robin says, I wish I had more time to listen to shows. There are some good ones out there that I never get around to. I listen to radio, political stuff from 9 until 8. Sad, LOL. 45 minutes. We're going to go 45 minutes. So gather whatever you'd like to ask, talk about. Do you want to ask a question of Lounging with Lisa or something? Pasha says, I recorded another video for you yesterday, but had to delete. Don't know how you did it. I can barely get my guts up to actually hit publish. Really? Are you shy, Pasha? I want to know that. I'd love to get them on camera. Maybe I should go over there live. Should I? Should I carry the phone with me and go live? That would be a wild free-for-all. Do you think, ladies and gentlemen, if you want me to pick up this phone and walk over to Mother's and have live people there, do you want me to do it? Yes or no? Press 1 for yes, press 2 for no. Jordan, toward the close of the show, you can drop those links again. Okay, we have 1, yes, yes. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm going to go. Let me have a sip of coffee. This is hysterical. All right. Here I go, ladies. Oh, before I go, Pasha, this one's for you, babe. Zoe. I think hang on a minute. I'm going to turn the phone around so you can look at the journey. Are you ready? Here's my kayak. It's called Lonesome Dove. Okay, I'm flipping the phone around. Here goes. This is it. There's my hammock. Here's my backyard, kinda. Those are, right here, these trees are where I went live the other week. Of course, we have that. Approaching mothers, approaching mothers. This is too funny. Oh my God, I have to go inside. Hope the lighting's good.
I gotta drop that Pontiac. I've never driven.
Hey, I lost the feed. Here I am. I forgot that. No, are you here now? Hello, is anybody here still? Here I am. When did I lose you? Here, I'm gonna try to aim this toward the in there. Oh, okay, good. Is that okay? Are we still okay? I'm losing people. Very bad connection. I'm going to have to sign off. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Please drop your political identities. Leave your labels at the door, and I'm gonna sign off now because this is not working. Love you. Thank you, everyone.